Wanted to film a little different video today. Show you guys my cats. They walk trails with me and Alexis. Come on, cats. They've probably walked nearly a mile at a time on these trails, and they stick along with us. They don't ever take off in the woods. It feels very safe, and they actually started living in an apartment and in shelters where we adopted them. So this is not very normal for them, and they come and they run really quickly by us, but I keep missing it. So we just moved out here into the woods at RewildU, and beforehand they would roam outside in front of our apartment. I've got to get this on film sometime. But they roamed outside the apartment, just in a little grassy area we had in front of it. And they did not take off too much. Sometimes they did, and they would go yell at other people's doors and maybe run around behind the apartment complex out of our view. But once we got here in Wisconsin, we kind of just gave them free roam. We decided, since we're going to be living in such a small space, like 250 square feet, that we just needed to offer them up outside space. So even during the dead of winter, we were letting them out. Myrtle, the floofy gray and white one, doesn't want to go outside, but anyways, during the winter. But they just do the thing. They just run around outside. So they've rewilded themselves. It's a pretty cool thing, if you ask me, because I would have figured that they would have just took off and never to be found again. But actually, Oliver, the black cat, he went missing for like 30 hours or something, or I don't know. A couple days, it felt like, in the middle of winter.
Like -2 degrees, something like that.
He just left one night and chose not to come back. And I mourned him, and I had a little ritual fire for him, and I painted a sign for him, and left it at that. I thought he was gone. It was really sad, but he showed back up 36 hours later or something like that, like 3:45 in the morning, meowing at our door in the yurt. So,
and both other cats have done that now also. But it was a good lesson for us, because when we came here, we didn't trust them, because they were all like 3 years old and had been indoor cats all their lives. And so we were just going to build them like a little catio so they could see the outside without the actual dangers being there. And we learned pretty quickly that that was not going to cut it for them. They wanted to experience all the freedoms that we had, and they handled it in some ways better than we can.
Yeah, it's been kind of an inspiration in a way to, rewild myself a bit more, because these guys adapted so quickly. Surely I can.
Them disappearing like that was a good lesson for us, I think, because we did not have faith in them at all, when we really should have, because, they're domestic cats, kind of like we're domestic people in a way. We've been indoors most of our lives, but we're fully capable, just like they are, when given the opportunity. They love it, and they're so much happier. This cat here,
it's Myrtle.
She's so mean and so grumpy. She hated the other cats. She hated Dustin. And now she's social.
She wasn't super happy because Oliver, the black male cat, would always chase her. He's really active. He's actually chasing a moth right now.
He's found a better outlet for his aggression.
So he's actually calmed down quite a bit while inside, because his inside time is typically just resting. Otherwise, he's running around pretty crazy. We let them in and out throughout the night. Even, I just wake up 3 o'clock in the morning. Somebody wants out the window. We let them out. Oh, frog.
They've proven to be pretty good hunters as well.
Yeah, so they bring us presents of dead shrews and mice, and unfortunately every so often a bird or a baby rabbit, frogs. So they've got to express themselves in a way that they definitely didn't have a chance while being in an apartment. We're going to a spot we call the sit spot. I'll show you guys. It's one of the only open spots. Place we can actually view the sunset. Come on, kitty cats. You guys seen Kiki in another video, surely. Beautiful. Probably the oldest cat. Not sure of her age exactly. Myrtle. Second in line. And then Oliver. She's a little upset. Oliver's blocking the trail. Look, guys, there's a frog. Check it out. Come here, Ollie. Is it being rowdy?
I think he's been rowdy all day.
The video might be a little deceptive, showing that they're just like 3 cats, best friends forever. They are, but they definitely chase each other, but no rolling, no attacking each other.
They're really not that aggressive with each other. I mean, they fight like siblings.
Something to remember about if you're ever going to let your cats out or dogs out and try to rewild them or something, is that Oliver actually has sustained quite the injury a few weeks ago. We think he was picked up by an owl, and his tail was broken. It's fine now, actually. At one point it would look to be dislocated, and was hanging down. He had like 3, maybe with the talons of the owl had got him, 3 little wounds. And guess that's pretty typical of a predator bird trying to pick up an animal, is that it picks it up by the rear, especially a cat like this, and it would probably break their tail. So if you're gonna let your animals out, understand that there is a certain danger involved.
Of course, I think most people know that, and that's the reason a lot of people don't let their animals out, is of course there's the dangers. More dangers really in like an apartment complex where we were at before than here. With the cars and the people, all of that. And that's why we kept them in for so long. So letting them out here, we've had to really acknowledge that something could happen. Every time they go out, they may not come home. And it's not super easy, especially not at first, because we get so attached to our pets. Of course, that's why we have them. They're part of our families. That's why we brought them all 12 hours from our home. But seeing the quality of their life improve, seeing how happy they are out here and how capable they really are, even after sustaining injuries, is amazing.
Yeah,
but there's work to it. I mean, we have to pick ticks off of them like every few days.
Mm-hmm. And so I think that's one of those things where if you let fear make that decision for you, then you'll most likely not let your animal out. But if you let go, just kind of trust and just understand that up until that moment, that if your animal did get injured or pass away, that it probably lived a really great life, like it was super happy, and then it died or something like that. Just letting go of the fear of control, fear of loss of control, I guess. Then that's where we get some sense of relief. So the cats go missing for a day now, that we just expect that they're having a grand time out in the woods, and they always come back.
Of course, it's easier said than done, because it took us really thinking Oliver had died and we had a search party out for him, and we were absolutely crushed. You know, we had to really experience what it would feel like to be in the worst case scenario, to be able to accept it after that. But he's good.
All is well now, except for my wrist. Alright guys, we're going to put the phone down and enjoy the rest of our walk. Glad to share our kitty cats with you. And have you guys had any similar experiences with dogs or cats or pets? I had a bearded dragon before that I let roam my apartment, and my past cat didn't mind, didn't like try to eat it or anything. So that was maybe a small scale rewilding, giving him bigger space than just his little glassed in container. So any similar experiences, guys? Later.
You're the leader, Kiki.